Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new, my name is Brendan and here we teach that what you are thinking feelingly and imagining throughout your day is creating your physical experience. Now, one thing I want to talk to you about today is that when it comes to the bridge of incidents, that is, as Neville Goddard described, the series of events leading to the fulfillment of your desire, right? The time between imagining it, which you really don't stop doing. You want to continue to assume the consciousness, but imagining it, say at night before you go to sleep, and then its actual precipitation or physical manifestation coming true in the 3D world. The time between those two things is the bridge of incidents. And one thing to look at is that everything is the bridge. I made a short video about this saying how there are no outer signs that your manifestation is coming. In that way, we want to know that everything, no matter what it looks like, is your bridge of incidents. Even if it looks like things are going opposite, things are happening against the fulfillment of your desire, that does not matter. It is still a part of your bridge of incidents. So you should turn within and remain faithful, okay? So there are no outer signs that your desire is going to be fulfilled. As Neville Goddard said, signs follow, they do not precede. Every true sign comes from within. Do you notice yourself thinking feelingly as though you already have your desire fulfilled? Do you find yourself imagining and living inwardly, okay? Mentally, emotionally, as though your desire is fulfilled here and now? That is the true sign that your change will take place because the physical world can only mirror you. It's delayed by time, okay? And because that's true, unless there's an inner change within you, there will not be an outer change in your world, okay? So it doesn't make sense to be looking for signs. You cannot look for a sign that your desire will be fulfilled and believe that it's already fulfilled at the same time. It's a complete conflict of belief, okay? It doesn't make sense to be looking for something that's telling you something is going to happen if it's already happened. I'm not looking for signs that I'm going to start filming a video. I'm filming the video now. It makes no sense to start looking for anything that implies it's going to come, okay? Every change comes from within. Every change. So prevent yourself from doing what most people do, which is consistently seeking or wondering if you're doing it right, okay? And therefore looking for signs to tell you you're doing it right. No. Look nowhere on the outside for signs. Turn within. Is this thought, is this feeling, is what I'm imagining in alignment with my desire already being fulfilled or not? And if it's not, then change it. Get back into alignment, all right? Ignore the 3D because everything is the bridge. Absolutely everything is your bridge of incidents. So another thing to look at when it comes to comparing your 3D is understanding that when you set certain goals for yourself and you continue to look for those goals to be fulfilled in your physical experience before allowing yourself to feel as though it's already done, then you are not living in the end, okay? You are limiting yourself because you are not a three-dimensional being, okay? You're in the fourth, fifth, even higher dimensions. But if you're waiting for something in the physical experience to happen before you can feel how you want to feel, you will forever be limited by your circumstances. And therefore, you will not be able to overcome them or make any change. So stop comparing your 3D to what you're imagining or manifesting, okay? Comparison is the thief of joy, and that happens whether you're comparing someone else's life to yours or whether you're comparing your 3D circumstances to what you desire or what you're trying to manifest, what you're imagining, right? So leave the world alone and live in imagination, so much so that you don't care what it looks like physically. You feel so good, so calm, so joyful, so relaxed, whatever it is for you, that your physical circumstances don't matter at all. At all. Okay? And if you're having difficulty with that, then it's just a sign that maybe you should spend more time in the stillness. Take 5, 10, 15 minutes a day meditating on the stillness, focusing on the breath, simply observing and letting go of thoughts, whatever you prefer to do. But take that time not just to try and force yourself to get into the feeling of the wish fulfilled, but just deeply relax. Just spend time, 5, 10, 15 minutes a day, deeply relaxing because, as I often say, chances are you would feel some level of relaxation and relief when your desire is fulfilled. So you're still moving yourself forward and doing so. And you're not going to be imagining a scene which will throw you out of alignment when you open your eyes and your world doesn't match up with it, okay? So this is something that Richard Dotz covered in his book, Banned Money Secrets of the Hidden Rich. And he applied it to when you want to make a certain monthly income. If you have an idea that you want to make $10,000, $100,000 a month, and that's what you're manifesting, that's what you're imagining, so what you end up doing, most people end up doing, is seeing that number in their mind and then comparing their bank account now to it. So they cannot truly live as though it's already true because they're constantly seeking, looking for it to come true so they can finally feel how they want to feel. So instead of doing this, you can drop the idea of that number, right? That income that you think you want so bad, and focus on how you would feel if you had it, right? Remember, feeling is the secret. Goals, specific goals, are not necessarily the secret because what you're really after is a feeling. The whole physical world is an illusion anyways. Right now, you simply believe that that number or that relationship or that house, that car, that job would give you the feeling that you're after. But really, there is nothing stopping you from assuming that feeling right here, right now. So you would be doing yourself a favor to already establish that number, get acquainted with how it would feel to have it if you're after an income, and then drop the number completely and live in the feeling as though it's already done. That way you won't be stuck comparing what you're imagining to what is physically true. That's one of the biggest traps, right? And I recommend that as well for specific person. A lot of people have someone in mind that they want to be dating. Wonderful, that's not a problem. And I'm not going to say that you can't have them. All things are possible. But if you become fixated on that person, you're going to be constantly looking at them or at outer signs about them, trying to see if your desire will be fulfilled. And that is completely out of alignment with already being in a happy, loving, joyful relationship right here, right now. You cannot do both at the same time. Choose this day whom you will serve. Okay, so are you going to remain faithful to the feeling of already having, or are you going to keep looking and comparing your 3D to what you are imagining? All right, and this is something that happens to a lot of people. So it's also a healthy level of detachment or decoupling, right? Something that is absolutely wonderful. I expand very, very deeply on decoupling in my Detachment Mastery course. I'll leave info about that in the pinned comment. But decoupling is a practice where you don't focus so much on that thing that you want so badly, the thing, the physical circumstance that you're desiring to be fulfilled, and instead you focus on the feeling alone. So you're separating that feeling that you're after from what you think you need to have that feeling come up within you. And the power this gives you is immense because you're going to be able to call upon that feeling the more familiar you get with it through meditation, affirmation, whatever you like. You're going to be able to call upon that feeling anywhere, anytime, no matter the physical circumstances. And that's one of your superpowers because we often forget or we aren't trained enough in using our imagination creatively that we don't know how to feel, how we want to feel, no matter what the physical circumstances are. So when your physical circumstances are going against you, remember that no matter what it looks like, everything is your bridge of incidence. Take it as a sign. If you want a sign, no matter what it looks like, say, that's my sign, it's coming. And go back to the feeling that you decoupled from that circumstance you think you need so bad. And by doing that, you are actually remaining faithful to the state. Because it doesn't matter what it looks like. There are times where it seems like you couldn't possibly get what you desire. And yet you will. Okay, that's how it was with my trip to Italy. I went there for 4 weeks. I had no idea how I was going to possibly make that happen, especially with the prices and everything going up, right? I don't care about the economy though. I didn't care whether it seemed likely I would be able to do it. I simply followed my feeling. What would it feel like if I were already there or I'm already back and I had the most marvelous trip? So that's what I focused on. Whenever there was fear, whenever I was checking the prices for the flights and it wasn't exactly what I wanted, that's what I would do. And then it worked out. And it can be the same way for you. Another example is my jet ski story. I went on a trip to Florida a couple of years ago, and when I was there, I was determined to jet ski. And yet it was out of my budget when I decided to look at what it costed. My friends didn't want to do it with me because it costed so much. It was almost ridiculous because the gas prices at the time. I had actually given up, no matter how much I had imagined it before that trip, during the trip, hoping that I could make it happen. But seeing the prices, I gave up. And then I happened to be at the beach with some friends, and they did a Groupon where you get a sunshade, which is a place to sit outside of the sun but on the beach. And it came with a free hour of jet ski, and they let me take 15, 20 minutes of it. So I got everything I wanted, okay? And that was after feeling like it couldn't possibly happen based on the outer circumstances. So even if you were to give up, even if it looks like it's not going to happen, you never know. When it looks like you have no options, that's when you have all the options. Bashar said that. Remember that all your power is in the present moment. So if you're not feeling or thinking or imagining what you desire, you have that choice. You can get into the feeling, no matter what it looks like. That is the message for today. Everything is your bridge of incidence. Don't look for signs on the outside. The true sign is within. So allow yourself to decouple the feeling from what it seems that you want so bad as far as physical circumstances go, and learn to tap into that feeling anywhere, anytime. Because the truth is, if you imagined it, it must come true. Remain faithful and your desire will manifest. As always, thank you so much for watching. I love you all very much, and I will see you next time. Take care.